for people who really want to live on purpose and they don't know what they're passionate about, what would you say to them?
Yeah, so we're back at the square of you are the universe looking in on yourself. And, you know, we go back to spirituality and religion and dogma. And like, this is the spiritual cornerstone for me that everybody that is of spiritually inclined can just jump on board with. We are the universe looking in on itself. Like, it is this incredible, like, what is actually happening, celebrating the mystery, right? And so from that point, maybe there's not much we can still say about the nature of the universe, but one of the things we can deduce is that the universe is inherently curious. There's something about curiosity that is sacred. Yeah. Because why would it be looking in on itself? Like, it wants to view, perceive, experience through consciousness itself. It's got to be curious about something, right? So in that space, we start to open up the conversation that your curiosity is not just, oh yeah, willy-nilly, I'm curious about that, I'm curious. No, actually, it is something sacred that you have, your curiosity. From there, the key thing to recognize is, and this is starting to get a bit formulaic because I'm an engineer, so pardon me for how neural this can be, but what you'll find, your curiosity points, you can't fake them. I remember when I used to date women back in like university days or high school, I used to say that, you know, you can't fake your laugh. And so I always used to go out on a date and try and make a girl laugh. And I was like, if we laughed about the same stuff, we stood a chance. If we did, if we couldn't laugh, they'd be like, oh, she does. Oh no, she didn't. Oh no, we're not going to work. Because you can't fake your laughter, right? And the same way, you can't fake your curiosities, right? You can for a little while, like society tells you to do something, you try and do it, and it's like, oh, but you're not inherently passionate or curious about it. So your curiosities are unique to you, right? Now, how do you discern like those curiosity points for yourself? One of the easiest place, lowest hanging fruit, is to get clear on your values. Yeah, because your values dictate how you show up and also the value that the world gets from you. The way I look at it is like the lens of who we are. It's like I usually come up with 3 core values for people, but sometimes it can be 4, sometimes it can be 2. If those that want to know their values, like the easy, like amrit.coach/values or inspiredevolution.com/values, there's a 20-minute exercise there you'll go through and you'll be as clear as I am on my values as you can be. My values are connection, contribution, celebration. Yeah, so I get to connect, contribute, celebrate. I do that in coaching. There's connection, there's contribution, there's celebration. Hopefully people live life richer for it. There's podcasting, connection, again, contribution, again, celebration. Public speaking, connection, contribution, celebration. So those are my curiosity points, which is my curiosity points dance around my values. The way I look at values is like that's the lens at which your spiritual being is looking through your persona. Each panel is one of your values. So I see everything through the eyes of connection. I see everything through the eyes of contribution. I see everything through the eyes of celebration. And everybody has unique values. It's like your thumbprint. Yeah. And so discovering those can be immensely valuable because when someone comes to me and goes, hey, Amrit, do you want to, like when my value was like, hey, do you want to help us start a premium coaching program? I didn't discuss contract. I didn't discuss price. All I did was like, will I get to connect to people or like connect? Yes. Will I get to contribute? Absolutely. It's a coaching program for Mind Valley. Will there be celebration in? Absolutely. People will live richer lives for it. So I was a yes immediately. Like 3 seconds later, I was like, yes. And they're like, no, you can take your time to think about it. Let us know. And I'm like, no, I know. It's a full body yes, because this lines up for my values. I would do this for free, but yet you're eventually going to figure out a modicum of way to pay me to be able to support you and others on this path, right? Because this is my soul's calling. I'm here to connect, contribute, celebrate. So back to the formula, right? So your values are really important to get because then that can tell you whether your curiosity points are authentically you or whether they're society's curiosity points, right? That's really important to get clear. So again, amrit.coach/values, inspiredevolution.com/values, either or, the website or my coaching. Now, in there, once you have multiple curiosity points that sort of you can draw a loop around. So what does that look like, right? So you had a passion for theater, you had a passion for spirituality, you had a passion for the voice, you lost the voice. And so you've got now you've got 3 or more things that you're curious about. Yeah. As long as there's 3 or more, if you start to spend time at the intersection of those 3 curiosity points, sparks start to fly. And those sparks are the sparks of your passion. It's a formula. Yeah. So you need to cultivate your curiosities, which, like we said, are sacred. Make sure they're authentic, line them up to your values. And if you spend time cultivating your curiosity, whatever you're curious about, could be hot rod cars, could be spirituality, could be weapons, could be anything, could be like clothing, could be it could be gardening, could be permaculture, could be yoga, could be anything that you're curious about. Now, when you start to intersect a few curiosity points around there, you start to cultivate a sense of passion. And I look at passion as this cup. The more time you spend cultivating your curiosities and, engaging in discussions with people around them, reading books about them, your more sparks are flying into this cup of passion that you've got. It's the chalice, right? Fill up your cup. This is what they're talking about generally in my humble perspective of fill up your cup of passion. Cultivate time for things that you're put here to do and experience on earth, right? Like those are your curiosities. And as you fill up your cup, you're going to experience more and more joie de vivre, as they put it, more and more zest for life, because this is inherently who you were put here to do and be. So the formula goes, spend time once you've got a few curiosity points intersecting and zinging, fill up your cup. And now this goes back to how we also described purpose before. You might have multiple purposes. You might have multiple intersections, multiple cups to fill, right? But generally find one cup, fill up those curiosity points. Using myself as an example, spirituality, entrepreneurship, the positive social media, good news, just all these different things intersected into, me becoming a podcaster. Not too dissimilar to some of the things that, and also expression, the importance of all things we discussed. There's like 5 or 6 curiosity points that bled into this passion, right? That filled up this cup. And I continued to fill up this cup, have conversations with people. Before it was a podcast, it was a gathering in my home where people were just coming over every fortnight and we were just having conversations on spirituality. That grew into a podcast, that grew into coaching, that grew into public speaking. Now that was the cup of passion. While I was doing it for myself, it's a passion. And so cultivate your curiosities for yourself. The key thing you need to do is cultivate to get a passion. Once your passion is overflowing, like you're just like, you can't stop talking about it. Like I can't stop talking about this sort of stuff, right? The passion is just overflowing. The cup is just dripping. Like there's so much overflowing from the cup that someone comes along and goes, hey, I want to, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And it's like, hey, I'm happy to like pay for a little bit of your time. Can you tell me that? It doesn't always have to be a financial exchange, but it's like an easy modulator to sort of see, other people are getting value from this, because that's all that money really is a value exchange, right? Touch wood, to clear up all the energies around it. As soon as other people are getting value from it, you're in service to others. Your passion is for you. If you can serve your passions to others, that's all your purpose is, right? Purpose is outwardly facing passion. Passion is inwardly facing. To really decode your passion, connect to your curiosities, to make sure your curiosity is authentically you, check in with your values.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.
Resto maliata falia, tan shavra leto.